Welcome to my review of WRC 5 on the PC. As I go through, there will be footage of myself driving, a stage in Finland, and then a replay of the same stage. Now, as we start, you can see that the graphics aren't necessarily the greatest compared to a lot of other games, new games. However, I'd feel this isn't that detrimental to the game, as a driving game is you're designed to be driving. If you've got time while racing to take a look at the scenery, you're probably not going fast enough. We'll start off with, they did some of the pros of this game. Basically, one of the upsides is you get to drive the current WRC cars in all the rally locations throughout the world that the WRC goes to. This, compared to a lot of other recent rally games, is really good, other than, of course, the WRC franchise. A lot of other ones do not cover all the countries, and it's nice to be able to go anywhere from Mexico to Finland to the tarmac rallies like Germany or France. They did stay relatively true, I find, to the nature of each and every rally. As you can see, Finland, which is known for relatively wide roads, fast, sweeping corners, and jumps, is taken into account. However, I have noticed a few things that aren't as accurate. For example, I run into in Germany, they treat it more like a mixed surface event like Spain, and you actually have some stages on all gravel, opposed to a 100% tarmac rally. Also, Sweden, there are actually stages where it's all mud. There is no snow on those stages. Um, Other good things is they didn't lie. It is definitely more towards the arcade, not simulation. Definitely would consider it simcade, because as you can see, I do not stay on the road all that often, and it doesn't damage the car that much. As you see, I just tried to make a cut, and they have put in ditches or rocks to prevent you from making major cuts. However, that didn't end my rally. It didn't really affect the overall handling. You can damage things. I have had big enough offs where you knock out your engine and you literally cannot go anywhere anymore, which is nice. It does offer that little bit extra for those who want something a little bit more hardcore. Another thing I definitely took some getting used to is their notes. They use a similar system to Dirt Rally where one is tighter than a 5 corner, and it does loosely translate to what gear you're going to want to be in around the corners, but they define it as the angle. However, they don't give you any distances between the corners. They just or the length of corners, they just give a general 4 into, which definitely takes a bit of getting used to. And it's really odd because in the replay at one point you will actually see the clipboard the co-driver is using, and it has the distances written out on the clipboard model, and they haven't recorded the notes like that. You also, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the notes being given, and they're very monotone. um, Gameplay itself, it's definitely beginner friendly. As you can see, the roads are relatively wide, and you can take large cuts and get away with it. They've added a few they've added a few comments from your co-driver when you have a bigger off. As you can see, I'm currently driving a WRC2 spec Subaru. Nice thing about the replays though is they do give you a fair number of views. You don't. It's very similar to Dirt Rally, You do get a few uh, more like TV camera style, but it is back and forth. I haven't played around with controlling it as much. You'll notice from the exterior views, the sound of the cars is a lot better than interior. Interior, I find they all sound the same. Whether it's a JWRC car or a full-fledged WRC car. They definitely sound nicer outside. Overall, I enjoy the game. It's a nice it's a nice break from if you do drive, say something like Dirt Rally, which is very much more simulation, just because you can just go have fun. But it does uh, punish you if you do take too many risks. I have run into on occasion, you want to take those big cuts. It does feel like they artificially slow you down, but sometimes you can definitely make the big cuts, like right here. Definitely probably could have cut that a bit more just because it's nice and open. The weather effects are pretty good. I have noticed when you're driving in the rain, the road is definitely much slicker, which is good to see. However, overall, I couldn't feel much difference between necessarily types of gravel. I noticed in Italy, where they say it's sand versus gravel, you can definitely notice a difference there, but they don't have different types of gravel within a stage. They'll have completely different surfaces. Not actually sure what prevented me from taking that cut. I should have been able to ditch hook that, but they obviously have a rock there. But as you can see, the body damage is minimal. Overall, I'd say it's not a bad effort for their first year with the series. It does make it a lot more accessible to the general masses, which for more rally games to come out, because it used to be, just the WRC editions. Even Dirt 3 was quite a while ago, and it wasn't full rally. It's good. It'll help grow the genre. Whether or not you want to buy it, it would definitely be up to you. I did get it. I knew going in that it would be more arcadey. It's not arcade like Need for Speed, that's for sure. But it's a nice break. You basically can just put the pedal all the way down and have some fun. I hope you liked the review, and I didn't repeat myself. This is the first one I've ever done. And if you did like it, leave a comment. And if there are any other games you'd like me to do as we near the end of the stage.